Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Welcome. So today I'm going to be doing this week of financial series actually to help us, to help all of us, even including myself, because sometimes I fall short of these things too. So I am not perfect in these areas, but it will help all of us. It will help all of us. So, including myself. So, I'm going to be preaching to myself and other people. So, I'm teaching myself and other people that want to learn. I know a lot of people might not want to watch this because the people don't want to learn. But I encourage you, if you follow this step and you practice them, you will see the result. So I encourage you to share this video if you can. Share it to a friend or a family, whatever. Share it. It will help people because people need to know these things. And the more we know, because ignorance is the thing that is killing every one of us. Because the we don't know, because people don't know. Because when you know, you will not be making these kind of mistakes in your life. Like for me, I didn't know before, and I made a lot of mistakes in my life. But now I know. I will like to teach other people for them to know that hey, this is dangerous. This is wrong. So today I'm going to be talking about the danger of consumerism. Consumerism, like a lot of people might not know it. I will let you know the definition of the word consumerism, and all of us are doing it today, believe it or not. You are a victim of it. I was a victim of it. I'm still a victim of it if I don't watch what I do and stuff. So consumerism is a protection or uh, um, promotion of the interest of the consumers. So the the protection and promotion of the interest of the consumer. So this is what I'm going to be talking consumerism, the danger of consumerism. So and we all need to know this is all about, okay? So consumerism is a modern it's a plague, and people are silent about it. It's dangerous, and is the way people are living their life today, living their life, living a good life because of consuming stuff. This is how we are. This is why a lot of people are not rich today. This is why people are poor today. And so, um, yeah, somebody's trying to distract me right now. Let me just send a message. So, um, sorry about that. I apologize. Sorry. I apologize for that noise. So this is what is affecting us today. In order for because we are this is why we're not rich. This is why we're poor. Because a lot of people, the consumerism, it has brought a lot of anxiety in us. Everybody, all we do is just consuming things. Um, there is a quote from the Pope Francis. He said, "Set aside time to play with your children, or turn off the TV when sitting to eat." Today, we are consuming everything um, on Facebook, on WhatsApp, or whatever it might be. We're consuming time and we're not even getting any progress anywhere. Parents are not playing with their kids, they're not spending time with their kids anymore, which is dangerous. You're eating, you can't even focus on one thing at a time. Say, okay, right now, oh, I'm reading a book, let me just focus on reading this book. You be like multitasking. Now, I'm not saying that anything is wrong with multitasking, but sometimes you just need to sit and think and just feel some of the things. But today we're just doing things like in a passerby, just consuming things. We are living in a fast-paced world today. Fast-paced, everything is like, phew, 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 phew. We're not even sitting and reflecting on the things or even think about the things that we're doing. We're just like taking decisions. We're just taking decisions that not affecting like it's, I don't know how to say it. We're taking fast decisions. Like we're not even thinking about the decisions that we make, like in like financial decision, like getting married or in business and everything. We're not thinking about it. We just say, oh, we just feel like, oh, we see that we hear it's good and stuff, but we're not thinking depth about it. Say, let me think about this for a minute. Like we make hasty decisions without even reflecting on it. Say, hey, what would my future be on like this? Or if I take this decision, what is it going to benefit me? How is it going to affect me? How is it going to affect other people? We don't think about those things. We just take decisions just like that. And it is not good. We're doing that. We need to think about it. Take a couple of days before ever you make a decision in your life. You will improve your quality of life when you successfully elaborate the pursuit of consumerism. Like not just consuming, but you need to successfully elaborate on it. The best way to encourage economic growth is to unleash the individual to pursue their own self-economic interests. There is a quote. Adam Smith provided the model of an economic system that will take over the world. Like the capacity of the born and consumerism will be at the heart of it. So we are all consuming, we are all consumer, and it is the present form, because that's all we're doing right now, right? But keep it, we need to work. Like nobody wants to work. We're consuming and nobody wants to work. Like in your financial situation, like for people in diaspora, they are consuming a lot of things. Some of them not working, a lot of people not working, and they are using credit cards and debt. They can't even afford to pay for it. Some people are using credit lines and all that kind of stuff. Like I'm a victim of it. I'm not getting myself out of it because I have the credit cards and like those credits and all that kind of stuff. Like sometimes you use it, but Sometimes we get those things. Why do we get those credit cards? Why do we want those credit lines? Because we want to buy things that sometimes we don't even need. We don't even need them. But because people are out there, oh, my friend have this, my this have this, so now you want it, now you're going to go put yourself in debt, but still you cannot afford it. This is why we are not getting rich. This is why we're getting poor. This is why we're in debt, because we want to live in this fast-paced world that everybody wants to be on the top and stuff. But you can be on the top, you can buy stuff, but you need to save money. You need to work hard and save the money, not buying stuff on credit that you don't have. Like I'm telling you, I'm preaching to myself too. I'm getting better actually. I'm getting better at this. Like before, I was really, really worst. I was using credit card and just spending money that I even don't have. And then I work at paid back. But that is not how we're supposed to be living our life. If you cannot afford to buy it, don't buy it. Don't use it on credit. It's telling you that you can't afford it. So don't go, I'm going to credit, I'm going to get it just because you want to get it. But if you can afford the money, you can pull the money cash and pay for it without credit, then you go ahead and do it. Okay, we're talking about consumerism, and tomorrow as the time goes on, I will get more details into the stuff, but today is just like the prep kind of thing, so it might not interest a lot of people, but as time goes on, the good stuff will come. So today, just bear with me. Let's get this consumerism out of, let everybody understand this part of it. Okay, let me just look. So this is a question. It said, do you know that the most important measure of economic growth is the gross national product, which is the GNP, which is the sum total of goods and services produced by a given society in a year. That's the GNP. That in a year, the sum total of goods and services produced by a given society in a year. Okay, the point is the consumption has become the fuels that drive our world today. Society never think about the whole purpose of life. Like nobody thinks the whole purpose of life. Like, okay, why am I living? Why am I here? Why was I born in the first place? Nobody have the time to think about that, because they don't believe they don't believe making money in order to consume goods is the mankind sole purpose on this planet. That's all. They think that you're just here just to consume. You're just here to do things for yourself, or I don't know. This is it. But if you're wondering what a believer or purpose on this planet Earth is, I will give you a hint. It has to do with creating and sharing. That is why we are here. This is why we exist. We are here to create and we are here to share. But are we creating? Are we sharing today? We're not sharing. Like nobody wants to create anything. Nobody wants to share nothing. It's like it's mine, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. You go find yours. But God wants us to create. God wants us to use our brain to design things. Like today, the world is a fast-paced world, right? A lot of people are spending time, like people in the diaspora and people in the advanced country. But in Africa, a lot of people don't want to create things. They just want to live off other people, but they don't want to use their head to create or come up with something that is going to benefit everybody else. But what they spend their time doing is creating something that is going to benefit them. But God does not want us to be like that. He wants us to create something that is going to benefit everybody. It's going to benefit you. It's going to benefit the whole people. But today we are not spending our time creating things. Most of the people in Africa, they are just creating things that is going to benefit themselves. They don't want to share. Nobody wants to share in Africa. You said, this is my idea. I'm going to trap my idea. I'm not going to share it with other people. Maybe other people might have another idea that can mix with my idea, and we can create this bigger thing. But nobody wants to, it's my idea. I'm just going to struggle with my idea. And guess what? And then you get frustrated in it because you cannot come with a solution. You cannot come with something with it. And then you get frustrated. But if you share your idea, say, hey, this is what I'm thinking. And then maybe that other person, I know there are dream killers, that people that would just crush your dream. But you need to find people that you are like-minded with. Because when you find yourself and you associate yourself with people that you're like-minded with, you guys can bring results. Because when you have one idea, the other person have one idea, and then you guys can mix it together and you can bring something that is going to benefit generation and generation to come. Because guess what? We African, we're brilliant. We are smart. Believe it or not, we are brilliant. And most of the things that exist here on earth came from an African original. The knowledge came from an African descent. Believe it or not, all the things that we are benefited today, we are created in a way, in a unique way. We need to use our brain. We used to use our mind to do things, but we are so lazy. Nobody wants to do anything in Africa. Everybody just sit there and not doing nothing. And they're complaining about the government. They're complaining about everything. What are you doing? You're just sitting there and you're just complaining and complaining. But what are you doing towards your country, to advance it, to develop your country? You're just sitting there, you're consuming, and you're not doing nothing. So you want to do yourself a favor, stop complaining and start doing something. Maybe if you start doing something, somebody else will follow you. And guess what? Then is everybody follow each other. And guess what? We will solve the problem in Africa. But if we're just sitting there and complaining, and if somebody comes with a bright idea, all you do, you bash them. What is your idea? Bring up your idea. Instead of criticizing other people, but bring up your idea that will benefit or that will bring solution. We have become consuming machine. That is what we are, a consuming machine. The idea beyond consumerism is that people should actively consume more and more every year. That is the idea. They want you to consume more and more. They want you to get more stuff, things that you don't need, things that you don't need, but you're consuming it. And you're wasting your money in that area. You're wasting your money in things that you don't need. We are only supposed to buy things that we need, that you need, that your life depends on it. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I am also preaching to myself. I'm better now. I was worse, but I'm ahead of the game right now. We consume. Why do you go to work? Why are you educating your children? Why are you starting a business? Why? Why are you doing all those things? The reason behind all life pursuit, it's no longer purpose, but self-gratification through consumerism. People are not going to school because they want to solve a situation. They want to solve a problem in the environment. No, they go to school because they want to self-gratification themselves. Say, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to work, and I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that, I'm going to buy a car, I'm going to buy a house, I'm going to buy clothes, I'm going to buy this and this, just to consume. But they're not saying, hey, I'm going to go to school. Why? Because I want to bring a solution to the people, the poor in Africa. Or I'm going to go to school because I want to discover this, or I want to go to school to learn how to minimize poverty or how to cure cancer. I'm going to go to school because I want to bring solution to something. Nobody's going to school for that. They're going to school for their own selfish interests. So we need to rethink our life, ourselves, that we need to go to school because we want to bring solution in our environment. People always feel amorously pressure to keep up with the rat race, always wanting more but never have enough. We just want more. I want more clothes, women. I want more clothes. I want more shoes. I want more this. I want more. Never satisfy. We need to be satisfied. How many shoes do the women we have? I'm preaching to myself, telling me I'm better. I'm saying I'm better now. I was worst, but now I'm better because now I know this teaching. So now I'm learning. So I want other people. How many stuff do you need? This is why the white people are they're more successful than the black people. This is the reason. Because the white people, they only buy things that they really need. They don't just buy aimlessly like us. But African, whoa, designer. They will go and credit just to be in the same class as other people. That is why we are getting poor and the whites are getting richer. Because guess what? They know how to spend their money. They know how to save money for the future. But Africans, we get money right now. They give you money right now. You will blow it. You go buy things that you don't even need. You will go and lavish it. This is what is destroying us. Shop. We shop and we buy till we drop. This is our problem. We never have enough. The worst is getting people to buy things that they don't actually, they doesn't even improve your life. And you're buying it. How many clothes do you have in your closet that you bought it in the first place? You have actually never wore that clothes. I was a victim. I'll buy clothes and it will be there. It's like, wow, when did I get that? But the way people, they only shop when they need clothes. They're not just going to go buy. Most of them, I'm not saying all, some might be shopaholic, but majority of them, like the rich people, the people that have money, you see that they don't even buy that like the way we buy. That is why they're rich, because they only buy things that they life depend on. People are unable to differentiate what they need from what they want. We don't. Africans don't. What we need from what we want. Consumerism has become more powerful than any other cause in human history, more powerful than even religion. Consumerism is determining factor between the poor and the rich. The philosophy of the rich and the poor is that the rich invest their money and they spend what is left. Did you get that? The rich, they spend what is left. They invest, and what is left, that is what they spend. But the poor people, their money, they invest what is left. They spend, and what is left, they invest. But the other way, for the rich people, they invest first. What is left over, that is what they spend. So if you get this today, if you want to become rich, you need to know how to invest. You need to invest first. And after you have invested your money, what is left over, that is what you spend. Not spend and invest, but invest and spend. So a lot of people in the diaspora, they accumulate debt at a level they've seen before. There are a lot of people in debt. Like I have a debt. I said I was foolish in the past. Now I'm getting better. I was foolish and I did a lot of mistakes. If you are listening to this message and you're just starting and you are not in debt and you're a young person coming up, if you learn this principle, you will become rich. Your life will improve. You will be in a better chance. Spending money that you don't have. When you get in debt, you become a slave. You don't want to become a slave, so don't get into debt. The borrower is always a slave to the lender. You don't want to become a slave. If you are carrying any form of a debt, my friend, you are a slave. I am a slave because I have some debt. I have some student loan that I have to pay. That's on me. I could have worked and saved money and then go to school. Like for me, my kids will be in a greater advantage than me. Like for me, I have to have a student loan in order for me to have I could have worked and saved money, but no, I didn't do it. I said, I'm just going to take the loan. I'll pay it later. So now I'm a slave. You are not a free person once you are in debt. You are living and working to pay other interests of working to pay yourself. You want to pay yourself, not paying you working. So this is the problem that we have in diaspora here. People are working and working just to pay off debt. That is a life different from African people. African people, none of them have a debt. But in diaspora, everything you owe, you have. You want to get a car? You want to have a car? You to debt. You want to buy a house? Debt. But you can save yourself that headache if you start saving and investing now, and then you can get the money and you do. I didn't know that. So now I know that. I wish I knew that before, but I didn't know that. But so this video is for people that they are in a better chance. They can be better at things. So let me go through this fast. So the world need to realize that an economic that is consumed based on credit is a disaster in making, because debt only become unmanageable in the long run. Situation is escalated when people have no means to repay their debt obligations. The kind of culture we have become, there is one that is called the ritualism. Is the communism puts people in habitual it's a habitual mindset buying action. People go to shopping malls and push trolleys full of stuff. The modern man is striving to find purpose in life by pursuing communism. What is even worse is that there's in some cases people that can't afford to parade at shopping outlets feel as though they are socially misfitted. So there's the other one that calls religion. Beliefs is not consumers is more powerful than the strongest and biggest world religion. Do you know that Christian people all over the world spend more money on shopping than giving to the churches and or helping the poor and the needy? Yep. They will never help the poor and the needy, which God wants us to do to help the poor and the needy. Um, the poor and the needy, the poor and the needy, they will not, but they will go and shop and spend that money instead of buying something for somebody that's hungry or somebody that is sick. They will rather buy something that they don't need. The egoism. People are created to be loved. Things were created to be used. The reason why the world is in the chaos is because things are being loved. People are being used. Do you realize that humans being by mature are so this is what so people are being used and things are being loved. We're not supposed to be loving things. We're supposed to be using things and loving people. But today, we are not loving people. We are using people. How many people are using people today? That is what they do. They use people and they love things. We are not supposed to love things. We're supposed to use things and love people, but we are not loving people. We are using people and loving things. And God does not want that. This is what He's doing. And it is really not nice. It is not really good. People are being egocentric because um they are they are putting themselves in the center. But that is not. We need to be more as an anthropocentrism. Anthropocentrism, it's which is like rather than being egocentric, but we are we don't want to be egocentric, but we want to be anthropocentric, which is that human beings are more priority than ours being us in the center. We're supposed to treat people kindly. We're supposed to be putting other people instead of ourselves. We need to be helping people. We need to be kind to people. That is what we're supposed to be doing. But guess what? We are not doing that. We are using people and loving things. People will love things more than people. Like they will love things and then they will rather use people. But we are supposed to love people and use things. But it's the other way flipping round. Consumerism should not be the way of life. We can live better. We can make the world a better place because look at your financial habit. We all need to look at our financial habit. Like for me, I've been looking at my financial habit. Look at it yourself. And are you moving about in clothes that you cannot even afford? Because people are doing that. They are buying cars that they cannot afford. They're living in a house they cannot afford. So right now they are working and working themselves to death because they're trying to live up to the fast-paced world just to satisfy some kind of human being. And then now you're living on happiness, and that's why a lot of people die easily today because they are living in a life that they cannot afford to live. Are you accumulating credit card debts just for you to keep up with your mate? Don't do that. You are destroying yourself. You are putting yourself at risk. That's why you're having stress. That's why you're having anxiety. That's why you cannot sleep because you're working. You cannot take care of yourself because you are trying to keep up with your mate. Don't live according to your codes. Live the way you can afford. Don't care. The only person you are supposed to please here on earth is only your heavenly Father. That's it. Nobody else. Whatever they have, oh yeah, good for them. Happy for them. Be kind. Rejoice for them. But don't, because do you see them now? You want to do it, so you're gonna do everything in your power to do that kind of thing. Don't be like that kind of person. Don't be like that. Do what you can afford. Buy what you can afford. No matter what people are going to make fun of you, let them make fun of you. At least you're not in debt, because once you get into debt, guess what? You are a slave for a long time until you paid off those debts. And if you're a wise person, like for me, I was not wise then, but now I'm wise. You will stay away from debt and do the things. Now I've learned. I said, I'm not perfect. So don't quote me like, oh, look at her. She thinks she's all perfect. No, I'm not. But I have made mistakes. So now you can correct it. Even if you are in the person that is in the same situation that you've made and you're in debt and stuff, guess what? You can pay off the, but now you have to cut. You need to cut down on the things that you spend money on that you don't need it. Buy the things that you need, not the things that you want. If you can cut down on that, you'll be able to pay off your debt and you'll be debt free. Buy the things that you need, not what you want. I want this, I want that, I want that. If you are the kind of person that you live your life by, I want this, and you buy, I want because you want, you buy, you will never get off debt. You will never live a satisfied life. But once you buy the things that you need, you will be more better off than anything else. So I've passed off my time. So that's all I have today. Keep coming, tuning in with me, and share this message. You might save somebody's life. You might help somebody today. Share this message to somebody, and you can bless somebody today. And for this whole week, I'm going to be talking about financial stuff. So you come and learn, and we all learn. I need to learn more things, and you might learn. And if for you, if things are working out fine, you can learn this and you can put these in place, and it will help you in the future. So that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys have you learned something from this series. Like you're free to comment whatever you want to comment. Free to comment and comment or like or share whatever you might want to do. And hopefully you guys were blessed, and hopefully this was helpful to you. And keep tuning in. Tomorrow I'll be back here at 10:30. And thank you. Have a good day. God bless you, and bye and peace.